So I like that last pick for Ninjas Pyjamas. Gunnar, quite a good Pugna player, but I think it's much harder for them to play this game than it is for VP.
Meanwhile, no one in the mid lane does manage to force out the glyph just off of this siege wagon. Does get a decent amount of damage, really pressuring this this Pugna. And I think the Pugna, he kind of needs to have a strong laning phase, right?
Oh, I think he might be dead here.
He might be dead here. Just a misstep there from Gunnar. Did not read how much damage no one could do.
But he's dead for another 10 seconds because of the Reaper sight.
And because he forced that glyph earlier, this is just going to be all free damage. Resolution is going to be in trouble in the bottom lane. All those rocks come hailing down from the mini golems, and Resolution will eventually die here.
And Virtus Pro, I feel like I really like their core matchups. But they're going to make the move.
Dive here, trying to quickly kill that Underlord, but intercepted by Solo with a great paralyzing cast. A Reaper's Sight to be able to stop that. Make sure the Pugna does indeed go down for the 4th time. Arrow coming out. Universe does manage to sidestep that. Virtus Pro moving forward with their Moonlight Shadow. Don't really have any additional catch, and if they're not careful, NiP may turn around and try and kill no one, but TPing in from the Faceless Void. No Chronosphere just yet, but it does have the time dilation to be able to slow down Viver, catch him. Meanwhile, the Pit grabbing the Ember Spirit momentarily here, but he's going to be able to jump into the cliff area and TP out just fine.
You think, like, well, things are going perfect fine. I'd say VP are playing a little bit more passively than I'd like. Maybe
thinking about the Chronosphere, but the Decrepify has already gone off. Epileptic Kid is going to go back in. Now the Decrepify is gone, life drain's done for. He can slowly beat down this Pugna with a small helping hand from Solo. It could be an advantage here in positioning for Ninjas of Pyjamas as they smoked up with 3. They're going to take over this high ground area. No one is getting close to it. The smoke is going to break here, and they're going to start their initiation onto no one, while simultaneously trying to slow down this Void. Void is going to go with the Primal Road. They actually do manage to blow up that Necrophos. Resolution's going to be up next. He tries to get off the DP away, but that's not going to happen. No Dark Rift for you. And now Virtus Pro going to have to use their Chronosphere defensively.
They haven't taken a fight. They thought that they would just give up the tower for free. NiP correctly made the decision to defend it.
Oh, and this is, I'm not sure about this one. Virtus Pro, they're going to try and defend their tier 2, but immediately Resolution is jumped on, and from a distance, they're going to be able to drain him down. The BKB from Skeeter once again coming into play, locking down Epileptic Kid. They need a bit more burst damage, though, to go on that carry Void. And if they caught him away from his team, it would have been perfect, but now he's a little bit close to them. They're going to run into each other immediately. The Guardian Greaves taking off that stun, and an arrow, beautifully placed, is going to be able to lock down Skeeter, but he does have an Aegis, so they don't want to overcommit for this kill. They're just going to try and finish him off the old-fashioned way. Right-clicking him slowly but surely, but he does manage to jump himself away, resetting a little bit. Epileptic Kid still looking for his Chronosphere, though. Skeeter's going to reset with a TP and come back into this fight. Maybe around the shrine, which is where Virtus Pro is moving towards. Skeeter immediately jumps in as they do manage to burst down that Witch Doctor almost immediately. Another arrow lands onto that Ember Spirit, but Virtus Pro, they're making their way out of here. As now the team being able to finish up. Peter almost going down.
Got the roar on the Void. Just go down.
He's going to fall here with the BKB activated. Barely managed to get it off. Turn around. Time walks off a little bit of damage. Looking for the Chronosphere still, but he doesn't feel good about it. Skeeter still has that Aegis. Skeeter's just playing on the front lines, forcing action out of Virtus Pro. A time walk away just barely gets Epileptic Kid out of that damage areas. But Skeeter does end up
got Chronosphere here.
Just now he's going to go for the Chronosphere. On top of them, but he got to lift. Oh no! Viver with the perfect positioning. Burst down the Faceless Void. No one. He's going to be in trouble. The Dark Rift coming up from Resolution. They do have the heals of Guardian Greaves. They should be able to get out together. Virtus Pro offering multiple breaths of fresh air here to this Ninjas of Pyjamas team that is now able to assault the high ground at 30 minutes. This is the timing that they were looking for 15 minutes ago, the timing that they kept on getting stymied. They will get Resolution here up into the high ground. Kinesis backwards. He's just dead.
Again, they don't have the Chrono.
There is no shortage of damage when you have a Pugna.
I actually can't believe that VP are putting themselves in this position, and I mean, credit to NiP.
He's going to be pulled back into the Chen as they are all top lane right now, but Virtus Pro, they know Gunner's here. They just saw that blast. This is a great position for them to be able to get a crucial pick off, but Gunner has already backed himself away. Virtus Pro missed their opportunity. In fact, even showing themselves. Resolution TPing back over to the shrine is going to be able to grab Peter. With Gunner pushed away, now they want to try and force the fight up to top.
And they're just going to walk back towards mid. Gunner.
Oh, is he still going to get caught? Yule Scepter, thanks to that gem, he will be able to see Gunner through that Glimmer Cape, and they're just going to be able to chain stun him from here. Reaper Scythe isn't going to actually finish off Gunner because of all those heals, but eventually they will get that kill.
They want VP to feel like they're all in committed for this Rosh.
Yeah, and I think even just the Firestorm by itself is enough to force VP back.
I like this decision a lot, though, from Void. Saving that DD rune.
Yeah. Oh,
He wants it for the fight more than the Rosh.
Yeah. They don't want to have to deal with this longer, drawn-out fight. They want to be able to get inside of the NiP base right now. With this smoke into the Moonlight Shadow, they need a Yule Scepter. They need to be able to find one of these heroes. They run into the Ember Spirit, but he has the Lincoln, so they're not going to be able to kill him.
They know that PPD's up here.
Maybe they get PPD. He's going to try and TP out, but the arrow nails him perfectly. Still, though, it's a 5 position. They really wanted a big core pick.
They bought enough time for Gunnar.
Yep, he did not have to blow his buyback. Maybe Peter may have to do that, but I just doubt VP's going to be able to actually go for Rosh at this point. Still, it is like the game just being drawn out. Solo just running down river like that.
Maybe they could have still Rosh. They sent the Underlord to deal with that down there. I haven't really seen the map move too much.
They're going to be able to take away some vision. Oh, Epileptic Kid thought he had an opportunity. He's still going to go for it. The Chronosphere onto Gunnar with a long-range arrow coming in. Gunnar will fall. Primal Roar going out. Okay, Force Staff.
Alive.
Actually going to get him out of. There's an activatable Shrine. Gunner's going to be okay. In fact, he's going to turn around and kill Epi Kid. Oh, he's dead for 2 minutes.
This is the only way that we're losing this game. It's happened like 8 times now.
You know what I love about Dota for like the last year now? This can't keep happening.
Trying to set up for this. Looks like he's going to
find a way to be able to do his Lincolns that they do. See Telekinesis on top of that. Roar, Epileptic Kid, he's down. Now they're going to be able to grab more. It's going to be the Mirana up next. Change up. They're immediately going to buy back on the Void. This is where NiP may have overextended themselves. They need to be able to get a sick Chronosphere out of this one. Epileptic Kid going to try and chase down Gunnar right now. Gunnar leading them away. In fact, going deeper into VP's side of the map.
Yes. Because so far it's just been somebody gets picked off. Oh,
there it is. He's going to jump in, go for the Chronosphere. That's going to be able to lock down Gunnar. And the arrow to be able to follow up with the Aeon Disc. Now the Reaper Scythe coming in. That does knock down Gunnar finally, but he does have a buyback. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is pushing out, and VP is trying to retreat right now. They do have the Dark Rift. They can use it now to try and save out no one. Is the rest of the team going to be able to get inside the pit? At the same time, they tried to go for Force Staff to see if they can get the Necrophos outside of that range. Somebody's going to get caught by this Ember Spirit, though. That is Skeeter with the double damage. No matter how many leap charges you have, it's not going to be enough to get away from this Ember. Universe gonna offer a refresher on his Beastmaster.
VP.
Some double Primal Roar actions. Oh, they immediately managed to get on top of Skeeter. Got him with the Chronosphere, the Reaper Sight. He is dead for 135 seconds. We're soon, I'm pretty sure Byver's gonna go for the Telekinesis cooldown. That is a massive upgrade to your control.
I don't know if they'll know about this move, by the way.
Smoke up?
Yeah, because the Ember hasn't bought back or anything like that, so...
Smoke's gonna break. They're gonna throw the Firestorm inside the pit. See if they can get some ideas here. Resolution's gonna take a lot of damage on his way out here. Gets a little bit low. He's instantly gonna pop his BKB as soon as they use the Decrepifying Gunner. Well, they're gonna use the Chronosphere to make sure he dies here with the Reaper Scythe coming in. It's not quite enough damage. All these heals. How has he survived through all this? He's Decrepify going up. Finally, he does burn down. He doesn't have a buyback. But the Ember Spirits into the back line. Trying to finish off Solo. Does manage to get him. Saves up next. But his BKB is worn out. He has to be careful of that Pit of Malice. His Lincoln's is broken. Arrow coming in. Dodge with a Sleight of Fist. Does manage to get away. Skeeter barely survives. Dodging a bullet there.
Like, of all the spells to steal, just to delay this game, the Hawk finally goes down. The arrow.
The arrow. Ooh. That was a little close. He's got to make sure, though, Chronosphere. That's it. Fiverr, they're tired of all the shenanigans with this Firestorm. They're going to make sure he falls. And finally, Roshan's dead. 61 minutes in. It's been 20 minutes of non-stop Rosh posturing, but he is dead. Psyched up. They're going to try and make their initiation onto Peter once again. It's not the hero that they really are aching for a kill, but they'll take whatever they can get at this point, especially when they end him with the Reaper Scythe, and he's down for 130 seconds.
That's fine. Getting kills at this point, or buybacks, maybe you can force one of them. They've got the Aegis. They're just going to walk down into mid. They're going to challenge NiP to a fight.
Jump forward, trying to go for more. The Nullifier coming out right as Pugna jumps away. The Primal War
Counter Roar
out. It does bounce.
Death Ward, though.
But they're still going to be able to control the Death Ward. Immediately takes out this Void. Can they get the control on him in the second life? He's going to come back. Immediately activates his BKB. Turns around Chronospheres with the Dark Ward. This time out from Solo. But it's actually inside the Chronosphere. Doesn't do the damage, but Epileptic Kid does. A stolen Chronosphere out from Viber. They got to get the hell out of here. Get away with the Dark Rift. But oh, NiP, they can't stop him.
None on the Beastmaster, and that's pretty massive.
This 30-second cooldown on the Moonlight Shadow. VP is just trying to abuse that.
Oh,
He got hit by an arrow. The defensive force staff will get him out of the pit of malice. Get him out of the chronosphere. Can Gunnar help him survive with the decrepit fight, but the Reaper Scythe actually coming down. The opponent chrono coming up from Biver. He actually stole Death Ward on top of that. He's his own combo, but he doesn't want to use it just yet. He needs a little bit more control. The Ember Spirit's going to try and jump in. No one going to be the target here, but he's so tanky. So maybe his
Death Ward does so much.
doing so much damage. The help with the Ghost Scepter, a little bit more damage, and finally Solo will fall. They do have a Dark Crit, but it seems like VP, they're content to turn. They're content to try and kill Biver here. Decrepify helping him out, so they have a Force Staff. They need to be able to get him up into the high ground somewhere. The arrow doesn't land, but the Reaper Scythe will. Another death and another buyback coming out from Ninjas in Pyjamas. They only have one left.
At this point, they should know they are so heavily favored. Look at how much damage everybody does. Epileptic Kid can get any core at this point, and it'll be worth it.
Oh yeah, they're just chunking down this tower. This Atrophy Aura doing so much for them. They do have the Pit of Malice leading out onto Biver. Biver, Reaper Scythe immediately used on him, but the heal goes out. He's actually going to survive from, you know, Epileptic Kid. He's in trouble. Managed to pop up the BKB. The Time Walker, the 3-man Chronosphere leading out to a defensive Chrono from Biver. Doesn't really stop the damage coming out, but maybe the heals from the Gunner. No, he can't actually save his support or Universe. They both end up falling, and now it's going to be a 3 versus 5 and time to heal, but VP, they are just demolishing buildings. They are a wrecking ball. The power of the Atrophy Aura with the Aghanim Scepter. There is no time. NiP cannot stall this any longer. They have to somehow get in front of these buildings and defend. 3 versus 5 as the first initiation on a Biver. He's already dead. Couldn't even get a reaction out of Gunnar in time to be able to get off that Decrepify. Tries to lay some damage out onto no one, but they're just going to die at the fountain at this point in time. Finish off these heroes once and for all. Gunnar's now dead. A happy Chronosphere for Epileptic Kid as Virtus Pro will wipe NiP inside of their own fountain. And finally, call an end to this game 1. That's right, it is going to be a no-one invoker indeed for Virtus Pro. Is this going to be good enough to close this series out 2-0 after quite an extensive game 1?
No, I want to see game 3.
All right. That offlaner is going to be Resolution. Virtus Pro, though, are going to fight over these bounty runes with the Skywrath Mage and Solo's Warlock. They're going to try and pick up all of them. They do manage to get only 2 of them. Resolution gets quite low, but they may still be able to get the first blood on Biver. Oh, high ground miss, but another shot from Solo. That'll finish it up. Where I'm sure a lot of that influence comes from Solo. They are going to try and punish Solo for soloing up this top lane, but they don't quite get him with the arrow. And now, as a result, they may be in trouble. This Epileptic Kid comes on in. Only 1 level of the Spirit Lance, but 4 levels of the Phantom Rush means that as long as he has vision of Biver, he should be able to keep running him down. They have the Blood Right, but it's going to be too late to save the Mirana. They will get some damage onto the real Phantom Lancer. A little bit more. They actually throw out the Rupture, but it looks like on the wrong hero. They actually hit the Illusion. Now Skater's going to get Con Tornado on through. Universe just hiding in the Sandstorm in the back lines, but he can't actually save the Bloodseeker at this rate. Oh, Burrow Strike up in 1 more second. They're going to try and stop out Invoker. Do manage to get him with the arrow immediately afterwards, so they do trade cores. Now they're going to try and chase down Solo, but nice use of the Shadow Word, TP out. Start finding these Rupture ganks. They're going to try and set up on mid if they can get the right opportunity here. Maybe a quick kill onto no one with the use of the Blink Dagger of the Tiny. The arrow comes in. The Rupture as well, all being used to make sure that no one can't go anywhere and will die to the Blood Right. But now the turnaround with a Warlock Golem being dropped in. A beautiful Fatal Bonds latching onto all 4 of these heroes. If they actually can just see him. Pretty big.
Yeah, he's really close to the Yules.
He's got to break the smoke through with this positioning. They're going to blink on top of him, though. Great read by Resolution, holding in this Mirana. Now they're going to try and get a little bit more out of this one.
Solo's just going to confidently walk in.
Solo is just like, I want to force the fight right here. And oh, he tries to get off the Chaotic Offering. Almost gets bursted down, but finally he does get it off now. Gunnar, he actually gets away from all of that one. Solo dropped the Golem and will be able to walk it off. Gunnar is probably just going to get kited down now as he... Oh, the toss forward? Not quite enough. They had a ram drop on Solo, so he still survives, thanks in part to his Shadow Word. What I kind of appreciate is that VP has a strong read of how NiP want to play, and so they're 5-manning constantly. And there's just
they actually see Epileptic Kid.
Yeah, this would be massive. They're going to lead off with a follow-up Burrow Strike into that freezing field. So much AoE damage, but Epileptic Kid, he's very tanky. He's got a Hood of Defiance plus 2 Wraith Bands.
Know which one the real one is, though.
Which one the real one is. They're going to Rupture him up. Blood Right him as well. No opportunity to be able to Doppelganger. Tornado coming in, but it goes to the Bloodseeker. It went on top of the Sand King instead, but they needed to stop the damage up that carry. Arrow hits very low. A blink forward from Resolution, dodging that avalanche, a toss away from Gunner's going to be able to buy Biver some time here.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Even though you get a tier 2 tower, I feel like you want to save that tier 1 mid.
Yeah. especially since they did manage to get the bottom tower at the same time, thanks to a heavy creep wave push back over to the top lane. We're going to follow our Bloodseeker, who's almost dead here. The Death Blast isn't quite enough. The Burrow Strike comes in, but it's not enough to be able to save the carry of NiP. Skeeter dying like that has now just led Universe to his potential death. The Avalanche coming out. Now the Rock is going to be dropped right as two cores show themselves. Gunner's going to try and TP away, but they all went for that because the carry of Ninjas and Pyjamas got caught in the first place. One by one, they all come tumbling down.
I don't know if NiP will see this coming because there's no Warlock Golem, so maybe they think there won't be a fight.
But catch them by surprise. They're going to be able to go for the tree line in. Managed with the Tornado to be able to grab a couple heroes as well. The Crystal Main just doesn't die fast enough, and Bot is going to be in a bit of trouble. They do have
how strong this PL is.
He is so big right now. He's ripping through these heroes with that physical damage. None of them really stand a chance. He just like popped them 1 second after the other.
There was no way they could have anticipated VP was going to be there.
Setting up right now on Byver, and Byver not really sure what to do, struggling to slowly run back, but eventually some of the VP heroes may get here. Save's going to move forward with his Glimmer Cape. Universe just waiting for no one to show himself somewhere. He's going to pop that dust. Does manage to find him. The follow-up with the Rupture is there, so no one just has to stand inside the silence. But Resolution's waiting for his opportunities. Counter-initiate, but he goes into the Avalanche, so he won't be able to get the call. Now the Epicenter is out, slowing him down a little bit, but in for the back lines. That Phantom Lancer, the Freezing Field protects the Crystal Main a little bit, slows down his Deleth, but eventually he will die. Now it's going to be Gunner cleaned up as well, unless the Moonlight Shadow. Do they have any vision? They're going to be able to get the call onto him. That will reveal Gunner quite easily. So you got the level 20 talent. So Zola can just kind of run in, get two golems out with his death. Burst Strike, only going to hit illusions here.
But Universe not in the best position to deal with the tower push itself. Sandstorm wanted to be a little bit closer so that it could actually affect the creeps.
Yeah, or even just start whittling away at Phantom Lancer's health. Tries it again, Blood right into Arrow. It's a good opportunity to get a little bit of poke damage, especially with the tossback and the Rupture, but he does manage to doppelganger forward onto the goal. Oh God, Gunner's just dead, and now they're going to be able to get the Mystic Flare to finish off the Crystal Main, instantly buying back. Virtus Pro, though, have extended themselves quite heavily. Epileptic Kid, another doppelganger out. The Rupture is run out, and he managed to get a bash onto Gunner. Don't tell me he's going to finish off Gunner twice. No, the Avalanche will make sure that he loses his Aegis here. The Freezing Field on out, immediately canceled, though, by that little bit of Cold Snap now called up, and Epileptic Kid gets that kill on the front lines. The carrier of Virtus Pro seems to be unstoppable, and that's why Universe tries to go for the backline, tries to finish off save that Skywrath Mage. He may not actually die here because the protection coming out from his team as they reinitiate off of Resolution and no one, controlling up Universe. Not looking
KB is still on cooldown. They could just back away. They don't really need to take this range Rax, but they're going to hard commit for it anyways.
I mean, they still have tier 2s up. There is really no sense of doing this. Okay, well, if they can get the kills and get out, it's fine, and they should be able to get the kill on Gunner. He's dead for 75 seconds, but a Burrow Strike, Resolution, and Arrow as well. A Rupture on top of that. They are really throwing all their spells at one hero, and they can't fully commit. They're going to be able to use the BKB, but Resolution's just made himself so tanky, and they might be able to Skater who dies. Resolution will die to the Burrow Strike, yes, but the carry of Ninjas and Pyjamas is all gone. That means the Phantom Lancer, well, shit, tier 2s are still up, but maybe we can just go tier 4s.
Rezo gonna buy back. They finally spot him. No way to dispel this out.
Buyback from the Mirana, but Universe is dead now. It's just the two supports who are going to try and defend against this. Now it's only Byver who has to leap his way into the trees.
He doesn't want to give him the rampage.
They just go straight to the fountain, and they call GG to deny the rampage. A spiteful loss for Ninjas and Pyjamas as Virtus Pro walk away with a much cleaner Game 2 victory.
Oh, yeah.